I couldn't imagine people having a life from singing or something. That's what they do. Eh? Back then, they would say you don't have work. Oh. What's that? Come on. Well, okay, is there a what's the ranking? What's the analytics for ranking 1, 2, 3 here? Do we have any database to analyze such things?
So you just release it yesterday?
I believe people just want to talk. And they just want to put so much pressure on us.
I think it's pressure. It's not like accolades.
No, yeah. If you want to be arrogant, you can say yes, but we're not. We're not. So, you don't have anybody that says you're number one. They are just saying it's their own. Thank you. We just keep walking. You can say, okay, we're setting the pace. Oh, you guys brilliant and all that, because maybe in comparison to all the others and all the players in the business, but I don't agree to that numerical thing. There are people who were in the business before me.
That speaks more of how far you guys have come now.
So how did you get number one?
Maybe talk to people.
Random sampling.
So you are more about the number. So if I brought to you like a poll we conducted where you came out number one.
Yes, but I will still ask you a lot of questions when you say you're polling. Because what niche are you polling? Because you can say I'm number one, where? In what niche? In what area? So there are a lot of factors for saying this one racks and all. Okay, if you say I'm number one, where will you put King Sunny Ade? He has a band as well too. I've always loved singing, so I'm going to, it's really but how I started was, I usually go on holidays. I lived in a very controlled environment. With my parents, my father was very strict. So the only little openings I had in Ikoyi, my getting into understanding was going to Obalende to visit my friend. The first time I went to Obalende was Tony Bankantoni, and I know my father flogged me that day because I came back very late. In fact, I was throwing stones over the fence so that the gate man could open the gate, but I didn't know he was awake. And he came and was like, you went to Obalende and you didn't come back, because I was enthralled. I'd never seen that. And then I started coming to Ikeja. Then my uncle had a spot. They used to have a band. Those things were new. Yeah. I couldn't imagine people having a life from singing or something. That's what they do. Eh? Back then, they would say you don't have work. So, and then the band used to be there. So I used to just watch them and all that. And then one day the band didn't show up. It was just the piano player. And my uncle, Uncle Chris Obayi, God bless his soul now, had all his friends there, and they were like, what's happening to this band now? I was like, they should let me sing, bro. Everyone was laughing. You can't sing now. So the guy was like, leave him now. They let him sing. So and the only song I knew then was Careless Whispers. So I sang it and they were like, wow. They were like, maybe it was accidental or something, but that's how I caught on. Like, okay, there's really something here. And the piano guy encouraged me, and I can't be coming around. So I used to go around where the band was playing, and then gradually I started evolving the band. Gradually my love for music, grew. I didn't know. I used to bring my money from outside to come and sacrifice to that line, because I never believed there was anything. I didn't understand it. It was just something I loved. So I could just go on and on and on with the band. So of course, because of my pedigree and where I was coming from, they took advantage of that. And of course, they were giving me songs to learn. I was learning, and when they had something, they would say, oh boy, go come, we'll go there somewhere. Then I would go. I didn't know they were getting paid. It was until I got to, then of course, the band there used to get a lot of money because all of my uncle's friends used to come. So the band used to make a lot of spray. And we noticed that when I sang, they used to make more money. So they used to encourage me to come. And I couldn't decipher how much they were making. So I was just say, oh boy, we don't pay for your drink, so we've not, But so the Royal Garden Band there and all that. Then Oscar Limbe, the famous guitarist who did came, said he needed a band for an audition in Pintos. He took us to Pintos. We went, we got the audition, we started playing there. First day we played at Pintos. I know that after the show, they went to one corner, gathered themselves. But the thing I remembered was that when we were leaving, they were giving us chicken and chips. Chicken and chips. Early in the morning, yeah, chicken and chips. I was not like, So he now came and was like, "Che, we know this is an audition and all that." So later, Uncle Shegun Obolu, God bless his soul, was like, "You're different. Come. This is how it happens." This is how he explained gig business to me and how it works. And he says he was going to separate me from the band. That was another war, because the band was like, they were the one who brought me. But he saw something that even me, I did not see. You know, and he was like, "Look, I'm going to help you do this, do that." So he gave me songs. I always meet with him at lunch. He was into insurance and stuff. So we used to meet at Pinto's in the afternoon. He'd buy me lunch. So we were paddies. You know, he will still insult me, because while I'm singing, he just send me a note. Imagine you are singing to people and you just see a note from chairman and you just say, "You're singing rubbish. Look to your left, the people there." So that was the kind of, you know, frequency I came into the business with. I mean, basically that was my foundation. So Pinto's was where I found it. That epiphany for me was at Pinto's. Like, oh, this is how it works. So no regrets, absolutely not one. Maybe the only regret I have is that my father is not alive. Human factor, negligence, you know, following processes. You know, we set up the processes, we have a team. Being able to harness this team, you know. But someone helps me take the heat sometimes, or rather, we balance the heat, you know. So take some of the heat for me, help dissipate it like that. Because if it's me, sometimes I'll just look at all of them and sack everybody, you know. Yes, so I think so. As in nearly everybody, something like that. Because I've come to realize that nothing is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfectionist, but they can be near perfect. It means that we can do things a bit to a certain extent that it becomes acceptable. Like, okay, we can roll with it. It's just like you can't tell me that 20 over 100 is a credit. No, it's poor. So, but you can tell me 50, okay, that's average, you know. But I rather look for a 92 or 95. So, but now I've gotten to, okay, cut some slack. I try to, but I've also realized that in cutting that slack, sometimes when you cut that slack, that's where the problem is going to come from. So, I have a red flag mechanism. The red flag is first red flag, second red flag, third red flag. That's it. I'm done. Thereby, you might say, yes, you have a lot of turnover in terms of employees and all that, but the truth is you have 180 million people. You have some people that they're unemployable, but out of, okay, let's have this, and you say, okay, let's see if it really works, you have that. So you say this one doesn't work, this one, I say no, but there's something I'm looking for. If I can't find 5 of it over 10, let me even see 4 over 10. But some will tell you that they have 8, by the end of the day is 1. So the processes has to be followed. It's more expensive. Yes, it's actually more expensive. So, but because we don't run it like a regular band, we run a business. So we're able to understand that, okay, this is what is required to make this run. And we're willing to make that sacrifice, because we don't just say the money comes and we'll go and buy a G-Wagon. No, so there's a focus. Culture of discipline. Culture of discipline is the best way to go in a disciplined manner. Let me just, you know, paraphrase it like that. But the thing is, I have an understanding that if I make 1 million naira, I shouldn't blow the whole 1 million. Don't forget that I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur. It means that I'm living off your lifestyle because you like me. You'll use me. What if you don't like me tomorrow? What have I gone away with? I've only gone away with the things you have given me. So each time you pay me, especially in this system, that is a mechanism that works here. We don't have a system, a supportive system. The only system we have that supports is, I'll call my uncle, I'll call my brother. Take it or leave it. When people call you, you can't turn them away all of the time. So it means that all the money you make, it takes care of your mortgage, your retirement is involved, your equipment. And it's the same way where all these monies must go to. But because if you're not disciplined enough to understand that this 1 million, I need to split it into 6 places or 5 places and make do with a 10% of it, already you're on the path to failure. So most of the time, if the culture of discipline is lacking, it will show cracks in the business at the end of the day, because there are areas where you need to make sacrifices. There are times we tell people that, look, for so long we have not received salaries because we need to make it run. Now, it doesn't mean that we don't draw IOUs or there are no deficits in the business. Don't get it wrong. But we know how to balance the deficits to keep the business afloat. So that's where it is. But for a one man who believes that I'm the talent, so all the money comes to me, blah, 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 at the end of the day, one day we'll see that the niche is serving is tired of him. Instead of just carrying his load and saying, guys, thank you, he will now look all that money is at, bring back the money to try and prove to the niche that you should be having me. They have said, Oga, no. So you see, that's what happens. And for recording acts, except for very few, and I can explain it off camera, but on camera I'm not going to explain some of those things. If you look at people like King Sunny Ade, the longevity for me has been there for about 4 decades or 5 decades. I can explain that, you know. But then there are recording artists who come who are one-hit wonders and they're gone. So it's because they don't understand that there's a business. So a lot of these talented people are not exactly very good managers. They're not very good. They can't manage their own resources. And they don't actually look out for people who can manage because they think, oh, I'm going to be partnering with this. But you should. Because that's what the business is about. So that's what we do. The Shuga Band came out of us when we started playing in Ibadan. The gig was actually supposed to be for Saminido. So, you know, we were Sammy's boys. I mean, we used to hang around him. He was our man. And then this Egmo came from Ibadan to call Sammy. But Sammy at that time was too big for Ibadan, for a pub in Ibadan. So when the guy left, we said, Sammy, we're doing here now. Because we should go and meet the guy now. If the guy will take us, but it's the Saminido effect they wanted. So we just say Egmo, we ran outside, went to meet him. He said he doesn't hear. I said, he hasn't heard of us. So but it's not bad. We can play calm. Like, we can come around. So the first day we wanted to go, the person who wanted to drive, last minute he messed us up. So Laja was the one that was going to drive. And we're like, and he couldn't drive. So imagine, we're now driving from Lagos to Ibadan and it rained. So it was a huge risk. I think that was the first time on the highway. We shall go to Ibadan Sha. We got there, you know, they had a band playing and everything. So when the band went for a break, we came on. So, and then we just realized that because a lot of people had left inside the hall to the outside, it's like, maybe this one's just stopgap. And then we just started seeing people coming, like, who are these people? Who are these people? That kind of thing. And then, you know, there was a bet outside that it wasn't a band playing. There was a live CD or a cassette or something that people were playing. And then they came outside and they were like, no. So, and that was it. And the guy called us afterwards, like, you know what, guys? I want you guys to come here every Sunday. So that's how we started going to these, you know, to play. And then from there, it became like a deal. And then one day the guy was like, okay. So it was 3 of us. It was me, Laja, and Omo. It was like, you that are always drinking water, what should we call you? Okay, you water. You, will call you Gary. You that you have the sweet thing, we'll just call you Sugar. So it came from Olumide Akimokun, as in sucrose, sugar. Then we'll now look for how to make it much better. And that's how they do. That's how it came about. Okay. You should have a plan. It's a business. It's not a joke. So don't come as a joke that you're talented, yes, but have a business plan. Your talent, 10%. Think about 90% of what else is going to make it up. Your team, there's just so much. So research, knowledge is key and it's very powerful in what we're talking about. Well, we're pace setters in fusion, contemporary and evergreen music, and we've been there for 2 decades. Come on, let's roll out the drums now, you know, and like, you know, the truth is, it's just about time for us to, like, you know, tell the whole world our story. I mean, give us that, you know, our parties, people see us, we're tailored towards what the party is about, but this time is about what the Shuga Band stands for through the times. 20 years plus, and then there we are on stage doing what we love to do and how we love to do it and how we want to do it without the dictate of event planner, clients, you know, those kind of restrictions. So we're just loving ourselves, loving our clients and saying thank you.